AI Lounge. And I'm seeing a lot of people from outside Pakistan. So if you guys can just message us in the chat box, where are you from? That would be great. So we'll start shortly. Just let a few people to come in and join the session. Hi, Rod. Rod is from Philippines. We will also be sharing a link to a feedback and little know-how form. Please do fill in so that we can know what is your current level of expertise in Kaggle and how can we improve further on our courses. Hi, Rog. Rog is from France. Welcome to AI Lounge. If you have any question, you can just ask in the chat box. We'll try our best to answer every query that we have. So with the AI Lounge, our mission is to spread awareness about AI and related technologies among masses. Our mission is to develop future leaders of the technology, and we also aim to polish the market skills of our university graduates, because we see a lot of gap between the existing courses offered by different universities and the requirement of the market. So we are offering kids course, we are offering free webinars on different topics related to AI, and we are working towards collaborating with different organizations for AI awareness spread. So today in our webinar, we welcome Mr. Adnan Zaidi. He's an ambassador in Pakistan for deeplearning.ai, and also he's a chief AI officer at Proxima AI, and he's also a Kaggle expert and Alibaba Cloud most valuable player. So without further delaying, I would like to invite Mr. Adnan Zaidi to please start his slides.
Okay, thank you, Adnan Hassan, and welcome audience. Let me introduce myself first, as already introduced by Dr. Adnan. My name is Adnan Zaidi, and I am currently engaged with the Kaggle community in Pakistan and official ambassador of Kaggle to build the better community and better awareness among the users who are already engaged with artificial intelligence studies and other things. The agenda is it's something like mixed match, like where we will focus on the beginners, those who never know and never went to the kaggle.com. This is the website. And after some beginners introduction, we will move on some intermediate level as a practice, and we will share some expert options which the senior members can use. This is all because we have a mixed audience, and we um, we have to cover all the people. Once more, I have broken the session into different parts. Like in the first part, I will introduce the people who don't know what is Kaggle. Okay, then we have a break for the session of question and answer, and then in the second part we will start learning how to use the Kaggle for your data science and other machine learning problems. And finally, we will understand in the third part, like 15 minutes. In the last, we will review how the experts gain their uh, ranking on the Kaggle. So let's start with the introduction. Here you can see we have main website kaggle.com. What is Kaggle? Okay, all of know us know that Kaggle is a community platform. Kaggle is the largest community platform for the data science users. Okay. Once we call it community, it means that it has a lot of communications among the user. User can connect with another user, and they can make the friends, and they can join the relevant circles, and they build their own group in the specific field. Okay, so we build the network on the Kaggle. So after the networking, we have many other features on the Kaggle, like we get inspired, we got inspirations from the others notebooks, and uh, we catered their ranking, we start competing with them, and lots of others. So let's explore each section one by one. First of all, I would like to share this the menu bar here, the complete data sets, notebooks, communities, and the courses. Okay. If you are a new user and you don't know how to use the Kaggle, and what is the Python, what is the machine learning language, so the first tab is for courses. Here you can see there are some micro courses that Kaggle offers you at the beginner level of data science, in which you have Python, introduction to machine learning, intermediate machine learning, data visualization, pandas, SQL, advanced SQL, introduction to the deep learning, computer vision, and many others. So once you attempt these courses, you can earn your free certificate, and it's like that. That is official certificate from the Kaggle. I would like to encourage all of you to at least attempt one certificate after the workshop, or whenever you are free to attend any of these courses. The nature of the courses is very simple. They have compromised with the minimum, as it says, micro courses. They have 7 hours lectures and the 7 lessons in it. Each course has its own tutorial and the exercise that you have to perform. So once you enter in the course, you require to sign up with the user, whatever the login you have created. Okay, this is the course. It has complete descriptions like the text, videos, and the code. And in the very next phase, once you move, you will complete your exercise. So try to attempt these courses, and try to earn your first Kaggle certificate right after this workshop. Okay. Next part after the courses is more interesting. That is about communities. Kaggle has a lot of communities network, lot of dimensions into the platform. That is like beginners in the computer vision, XGBoost library, and many other forums, like initial for the initial beginners and the user. The people goes and they look into the problem and their forums to answer these questions. So you can start working with the communities and after completing the courses. And the next important thing is the notebooks. Here you can see different programming languages. Kaggle supports multiple programming languages. Initially, the Kaggle started with the R language, and then the most important language started at the Kaggle is Python. And you have the multiple supports like GPU and TPU. I hope you know about something for GPU, but I will introduce a little bit. Okay, the notebooks is the section where you write your own code and which share it with the other user. Similarly, if you want to see the others notebook, you can review that notebook and you can share your opinion and remarks, and even you can use that code as well. Okay, the next section after the notebook is important is datasets. What is dataset? Dataset is actually the repository of well-organized data, which contains different columns and the values. Dataset could be in the various form like textual datasets and images datasets. It could be videos and audios, and whatever the problem you are focusing, you can get the dataset from here. Okay, it's a largest global repository, and you can get any kind of data set you can search here for your problem. If we say the COVID, we have around 2,400 data sets which contains the title of COVID. Okay, once we are thinking about like animals, so there could be an animal data set, but it's not necessarily that every data set is in the textual form, but some data sets are in the video and some of them are image data types. Okay, there are 356 data sets that contain the word animal, and some of them are in the image forms and some of them are in the textual. Similarly, if we talk about health sector or health keyword, we have around 7,000 data sets that are related to the health. Whatever the problem in your mind, you just think about and start searching on the Kaggle, you will get like sports, uh, fruits, vegetables, whatever the problem you are going to dig. Furthermore, you have the topmost academic data sets which we used in different books like MNIST, Fashion MNIST. Okay, lots of examples of MNIST, and similarly we have IRIS dataset, which is the most common datasets you being used in the machine learning classification problems. Okay, and IMDb, movie datasets that contains the sentiment analysis of internet movie database that help out different NLP problems. So you have lots of variation of even a single word and single data. As I said earlier, this is the largest repository, and you have the 71,000 data sets. Each of the data sets has been uploaded by a user, Kaggle user, Kaggler, or some of the data sets has been uploaded by some top organizations like Reddit, and even some of them are the YouTube data sets, Google data sets. Uh, so these are the official data sets that has been uploaded from the official organization. Even if we talk about Lyft, that is the 3D image data sets. Okay, as we have a lot of data variations, like I said, it's in the text, in the numeric form, it's in the binary form, raw form, and it could be in the form of images, videos, and text. Whatever the problem, whatever the data set is there, you can search here and you can download and you can access that data set. So what are the more features of dataset? How to explore a dataset? I would like to start with MNIST. uh, Hope all of you knows what is MNIST. MNIST is a simple handwritten digits uh, to make image for image classification and convolution neural network problem, and to test different machine learning techniques. Here is Arabic handwritten data set. Here is different classification and different languages. It's like Chinese MNIST here. Lots of languages. Okay. So you got the lot of variation. Let's start with MNIST as CSV. This is a data set. Once we click and we open the data set, we can visualize it's in the form of CSV. This is a data set explorer. Here we have the two different files, comma separated files, train and test files. Okay, and each data set has its own visibility like this. How many columns it contains, you can download, you can view the columns in detail. If you can see here, there are multiple columns in the raw binary form. Okay, this is column view, compact view. So you can start identifying the average values length that the column contains, zeros, ones, and zeros, and different counts of the 10 handwritten digits, 0 to 9 digits. Okay, these are the summary files, two files in the summary. So you can just review the whole data set with the description, its license type, and its exploration. Let's see another example, fashion amnest. Okay. To explore this data, we get the introduction, the context, the content, and the labels in the data set. The data set contains different objects in the dressing or fashion. We can see the total number of rows in it and the license values. That's a MIT license. And again, we have an explorer where we can review the trace, test, and train files. This is the train CSV file, and it has the columns, 785 columns. So data explorer is helpful to understand the nature of data provided for your problem. Oh, so before going to solve any problem, we always look into the data and its basic structure. Okay, so Kaggle provides you a wide range of data sets in different variations, in different scenarios. Okay, here is the filter. Like if we talk about educational data sets, we can even filter here as well. So once you got the data, then you start thinking about to utilize it in your problem and to implement some machine learning logic for predictions, even classification, and others. Before we moving onward, let's start with creating your own profile, because once we move onward, like on the other section, there is need of your profile. So I would like to ask you to start register through this button and click here to go either with the Google and with your email. Uh, so I would like all of you, all of attendants of the webinar to go here and start registering. If you are using your mobile phone, then make sure you have to select the desktop mode through the mobile, because most of the components of the site are not responsive. Okay, you have 5 minutes to register on the Kaggle. Kindly go to the site and register through your Google or your email, whatever. I'm going to sign up here with my email because I am already registered at Kaggle. So let's start logging it. Meanwhile, we have 5 minutes for your user profile. And if anyone has some question, please do ask. Yes, please. I would request all of you to create your logins. Great. Once you have completed your login, please do sign up and do log into the Kaggle. Here you have your profile like this. Okay. Okay. I would like you to know that once you log in into your profile, it requires a lot of information that you have to complete, like your designation, organization, your location. Okay, here is the profile section that you might need to put your GitHub, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, and your organization link, your title, email. Okay, you have to verify your phone number, phone verification, and you can change your photo, and all of these things are required. So once you start logging into your profile, must ensure to complete your profile. Okay. And after completing your profile, you can have searching here. For example, if we are creating a group of people, we would like to connect each other, and you can search here my profile, Adnan Zedi. Once you search the profile, you have the two options to follow me, or either I will follow you. So I have 259 followers. Kindly search my ID and click to follow me. This will help you to build your network among the Kagglers. And once again, if you are logging and if you can search the people, you can identify many other top Kagglers. There are many other Kagglers, like in searching Pakistan, it will represent many comments, data set, topics, and users. So we have around 42 different users with the title of Pakistan. Okay, if you are from a city, let's identify if some people are around in your city, like for example, this person, and Asim Zahid. We can follow him, and we can check his progress on the Kaggle. It is a more open platform where everyone can see the progress of every other person, and you can see the profile, LinkedIn share. It's all publicly shared on the Kaggle. So you can build a better network. You can connect with your own friends. Even if we talk about the top Kagglers, for example, if you are looking for grandmasters, what is grandmaster? I will explain. But some of the users are there. Make sure that you have to click on the users. What is grandmaster? I'll explain shortly. Okay, let's see. The next is once you start understanding your profile, you will be able to see uh, how to start interaction with the other elements on the Kaggle. For example, if you are in interested in courses, now you can join the course. And if you have completed some of the courses, then you can view your own certificates here. You can download and you can share it on the LinkedIn or on your Facebook or any other social platform. So it is very important. First, you have to create your login and you have to log into your account and then start your activities. Similarly, as I said, these are the data sets. If you want to vote some data set, for example, if you like this data set that you have here, you have liking and disliking option. So you can like and upvote these values. If you want to comment something on it, so you have that as well. You can start commenting on the elements that has been uploaded by other users. Okay. Again, you will note here that you can upload your data set. I will explain later, but first let's review the another part that is the most important part of the Kaggle is called competitions. Okay, Kaggle is officially hosting the global competitions. Why they are doing this? Because some of the organizations wants to identify their solutions globally, and they want to know how it can be resolved and how diversified solutions can be built on it. So the organization do not spend on their own team and their own developers and the data scientists. They start pushing their problems onto the Kaggle, and again they will be getting better solutions. And during these competitions they have a specific period. For example, if we talk about the past experiments and past competition, like Lenzer creep catheter, it's a scientific problem that the people are doing with the cathetering on some chest x-rays and angiography, angioplastic material. So they are getting the data here, and some of the notebooks already here. You can see the people around the world are participating. You can find out the most voted notebooks. Like this one is around have 187, and you can check the code. Here is the complete solution, and it's very easy to utilize the same solution. You can download the notebook for your local PC, and you can run on locally. Plus you can download the data set as well, and you can have the solution on built in on your system as well. Once again, the Kaggle is itself a cloud nature in its execution. They provide you the virtual machine where you can build your own solution. We will see one more example after that. So competitions are very important, and it's the best part of learning. Here we have different type of competition like knowledge competitions and some paid competitions. The paid competitions are very highly competitive. People are participating along with their teams. If we see the competition leaderboard, here you can see the 3 and 4 different data scientists working together. They team up together and they start playing the role. Furthermore, they have lots of players in the competition. Like you can see 574 teams in this competition. There is still 2 months to go. The competition is ongoing. Mostly, the competition durations are in the months, and different phases. You can review their competition structure. So these three people are in the money. Like if we see the leaderboard here, we can say these peoples are the first level winner, and these are the gold, silver, and bronze medalists. So these peoples are getting the medals, while the three peoples are getting paid out of it. What would be the amount? You can see the breakup of the prizes here. Like the first prize will be $20,000, and then second $14 and $8,000. Okay, so if the people are on the leaderboard top positions, you can identify these with the first, second, and third position, and it's all in the money. So it's a great feature on the Kaggle that they publishes the research oriented competitions. Even they are publishing the paid or content and many others. But somewhere you have noticed there different kind of competition that are the knowledge competitions. These are the developed for learning purposes, like MNIST, as we are talking about digit recognizer competition. It's a long run ongoing competition. Around 2500 teams has been participated. It has its own leaderboard, and you can also participate in it, and lots of notebooks already there. Okay, so once you are the user, you can start competing with the other, but that requires a lot of background with your data science expertise. For example, the Python language, the machine learning expertise, and some NLP and the deep learning one. As furthermore, there, as I said, there are different data types like textual data sets, and some of them are the image and some are videos. So you have to be a very strong command in computer vision through the machine learning and deep learning problems. Okay, back to the home. Now, I would like to move on the next session on the Kaggle that is more important about user ranking. Okay, this is the user ranking section. Once you join the Kaggle, Kaggle start evaluating you in the different ranking levels. Okay, are around 5 level at each segment. Once you start contributing on the Kaggle, for example, you are discussing with some top level people, you are creating some code on the notebooks, or you have uploaded any kind of data set which has global rated and ranking values. So you participated in competitions. So you can do around 4 major activities on the Kaggle, and that will help you to build your portfolio. Kaggle makes each level for five different rankings. Like today you have joined Kaggle and you are novices, as you simply registered it. Once you complete your profile by building your location, occupation, and organization, you will be getting the level of contributor. Here you can see that every user on the Kaggle has different circle around its profile, like this color. So it is the level of user, that is contributor, expert, master, or at different kind of ranking. So how we focus on the ranking and how we build our profile, that is very important. Okay, let's talk about the ranking level. If you see my home page, you can see that the contributor level is unranked, and the number of votes are, these are the votes, golden, silver, and bronze medals. And at the side of data sets, we have different voting, and notebook we have different, and similarly on discussion. What is the each level of medal? We must know how to build it, how to increase our ranking. So it's very important to understand the Kaggle progression system. Kaggle progression system rapidly grows as per your performance on the Kaggle platform. Once you joined and start engaging into the different activities like discussions, like notebooks, or even in the data sets, and if you are participating on the competitions, so it's independently in each category you get the expertise. They have the performance tier like contributor, expert, master, grandmaster, and lowest one is the novice. So today you join the Kaggle, so you are novice, and after completing your profile, you will be a contributor. Once you verify your profile, you have to run at least one Python script. You can copy anyone's script, or you can run it, make a competition submission task, make one comment, and at least cast one vote. Okay, once you complete all these checklist elements, you will be called a Kaggle contributor. And after the contributor, the medal will started for the expert level. Once you are the contributor, you can go onward into the discussions. For example, if you are talking about some problems and passing onward some comments, and even you are liking or disliking any of the element on the real live feed of the homepage, you will be the part of discussion. Okay, once you get around valuable comments and valuable remarks on your discussion topics, you will be getting 50 bronze medal and you will become an expert. If you are not interested in discussion and you are more curious and about more into the programming side, like you like to write more Python codes, okay, start writing your own notebooks, share with the others. And if they started voting your notebook, they start liking your books, so you will be getting notebook expert level with the 5 bronze medals. Okay, and similarly you can publish your data set here, and you can start working in the competition. This is the topmost level, that once you start discussions, notebooks, data sets, then you will obviously move on to the competition level. So each part has its level that is called expert. Some people are called competition expert, dataset experts, notebook experts, and some of them are discussion experts. So we have to understand which user is which type of user at what level of working engaged on the Kaggle. And after that, the same mechanism applies for the master level, but it's a bit harder. You need some silver medals. Here you notice that there are the bronze medal in discussion, but there are 50 silver medals. Okay, and similarly 50 gold medals and 500 in total. So what is the difference between the medals? Medals have different criteria for each part. Like for discussion medals, you can see one vote is the one bronze medal, and the 5 votes are the silver, and 10 votes are the gold medal. So if you are in the discussion part and you are getting 10 votes, that your discussion topic will become one gold medal. Okay, that gold medal will be helpful for upgrading your skill set in the Kaggle towards your expert level. Okay, I hope you got the idea. And the second one is like silver medals. Once you have 5 votes, that 5 vote will called sum up with silver and then gold. And the collection of these medals, this count of medals. For example, if we talk about 50 gold medals, as you see here, that requires 50 gold medals. If we multiply it with the votes, that you need 500 votes on certain topic. Okay, and then at that topic you requires a lot of efforts, so the people can upvote and like your discussion topics with this level of medals. And second, again, the notebook medals, they have a bit lower and higher sides with the number of votes, and dataset models, medals that has different level. And finally, the competition medals, that is the more complex part. Here you have the bronze medal if you are participating a competition and getting around 40% out of 100 teams. As we have seen that there are many competitions, they have around 200 teams, 500 teams, and some have more than 1,000 teams. If it is more than 1,000 and you are placing your competition reward score, it would be in 10%, then you will get one bronze medal. That is the most difficult part. As the team sizes increases, it is getting more difficult to get bronze medals. Okay, so this is all about Kaggle progression system. The once few people join Kaggle, they started from their novice level to the contributor, and then started focusing for making their rank at expert level. And after the expert, they move towards the master and then grandmaster. Now, right now in Pakistan, we don't have any grandmaster, and we have multiple masters in Pakistan. You can identify on the Kaggle, you can search them, you can connect with them. And again, there a question arises many times the people asking how long it will take, how long it will take to go from the first expert level to the master and grandmaster. So it depends upon the efforts on the time you are spending on it. Usually, I have seen the extreme cases like the people are getting master's level within a month, or even some people are not able to get even in the year. It depends the participation, how actively you are engaged, how you are participating in the competitions and discussions and any other topic. Okay, so it depends the time you are spending on the Kaggle. Like again, I would like to I repeat that the people can get the master level in 6 months, and some people cannot even get it in the 3 years. For example, I myself is not participating actively. This is my timeline. Here you can see in which month how actively I am participating on Kaggle. So I'm unable to get the level of master in the past 3 years. Okay, but some other peoples are getting within the 6 months, and they are the master at the Kaggle. So if you want to follow the local people, I have many uh, followers. You can join these peoples. These all are the expert and masters level, and then novices, contributors, lots of novices, because the Pakistan, we have just started taking the steps in artificial intelligence, and it's just the beginning. And while the other countries are moving very faster in their academics as well as their professional fields. Okay, I hope you got the idea how to build your profile from the level of discussions, notebooks, data sets, and competitions. So you have a few more minutes. You can go to the home page, and you can start liking and disliking, and you can start exploring my profile. And once you got my discussions, you can start liking here and disliking. So there are some lots of beginner level instructions. I have created some tutorials like exploratory data analysis. What are the guidelines for EDA with the Python libraries, data scraping, NLP. So you can review these notebooks.
Sir, I have a
Okay.
question.
If you are a teacher, or you are a start planning to train someone, then you can use this platform as well for your building your own tutorials and your own
Sir, I have a
profile.
question. Can I ask you something?
So that's all about building your profile on Kaggle. Once you are making a good profile and you are at the level of some expert position, then you can participate in the competitions as well. But again, it's not necessary that you are master. You can see the leaderboards of various competition, that the people are even like this novices. Here you can see the level is novice, but they are at the fourth position. Okay, but this person is like ZF Turbo. He's the master Kaggle grandmaster.
Adnan, your mic got muted. Yeah, not better.
Next part after this, briefing, I would like to show how to upload your data set. Now let's try out some data set. Here you can upload your own data set, select your local files or drag from GitHub or any other repository. Okay, here you can browse your local PC files and so on. So this could be a private data set. Let me show you my own data set interface. Here I built and I'm trying to build multiple data set. For example, there is Urdu language stopwords dataset that I have created a year ago. This is the license type that I defined, the image, the background, and the description, and these are the files. Even you can place your text files in any ASCII code or Unicode format. Okay, so this is the sample data set where you can upload your own data set, and each data set is associated with some kind of notebooks. For example, you created your Python notebook. Here, if we talk about creating a new notebook, that we have selected a specific data set and we are starting our own notebook. This is the notebook environment. It's like Jupyter Notebook or Google Colab, and you can see the interface having the run option, file download Jupyter Notebook file, and you have many other Google Cloud option. As you know that Kaggle is the Google company and Google's association. So they have the directly connected with the Google Cloud services as well. So you can place your data on the Google and connect here. So this is the data set which we have selected, and if we want to add more data, there are the other options. If you like to add multiple data set, just click here and add that data as well. Okay, this is the output directory where if you create something, you will be getting the output submission file or output result file. This is the settings tab where you can set the Python version and its preferences for the environment. Once you start your notebook, you would be having your virtual machine that could be running with some specific CPU and RAM. And you have to note that there is an option available for GPU and TPU. GPU is the graphical processing unit, and TPU is tensor processing unit. Once TensorFlow and the Google released their own technology that they call it tensor processing unit TPU, and that has 3.8 version. And if we talk about NVIDIA GPU, they have the large processing power. Actually, the data we use for deep learning and machine learning trainings, the large number of images and the large number of textual formats. So we have to convert them into the tensors and pass it to the GPU. GPU performs faster processing as compared to the CPU. So every time, whenever you have the large data, you will require the GPU here. So this is the configuration. Like if we click here, the notebook or the virtual machine, which have the GPU session draft on with the hard disk of 44 MB, CPU here, RAM, and the GPU memory and the GPU speed. So this is the environment where you create your notebooks on the cloud. It's very helpful, and you can store your most of the time you would like to store your data on the cloud of the Kaggle, and it could be the private as well as you can make it with sharing with the collaborators and make it the public so the others people can like and share it. So that's a very important feature on the Kaggle. Once you have created your account, you can start working your all source code and put them into the notebook section. Okay, that's the notebook section. Once you run the Python code, and if you want to run anything like print hello world, Okay, this is the Python code running live on it because we have selected Python language, and if you want to change it, you can do it with your own. And the Kaggle dataset path is available here. You can start using this data into your data frame, your pandas, and whatever you would like to. So the lots of features available in the notebook part. Okay, I hope you understand how to write the notebook and how to access your data. Okay, so make sure after the session you will be targeting yourself into the contributor. You will be writing your first kernel, first notebook today. Okay, and obviously your notebook is important for uh, your ranking that you will be getting target of this thing, like run your first script, and then after your first script you can start commenting and you can start uploading the other notebooks and dataset as well, and make sure you have to make submission of one competition. So what is more required to submit a competition? Just select any knowledge data set, for example, house price prediction. Select the data set and join it through the submission of prediction, like submit prediction, and that requires you to upload your solution or the output result files. So there are the some instruction that upload your CSV file here, and you will be getting your score after certain time. Okay, and even you can have your existing notebooks like this. If these are the guidelines, you can have such a notebook, and how to load the data set, how to start the EDA, the data acquisition, and so on. So this could be a helpful for you to submit your first competition, and note they have submitted their own notebook here. You have the option to make a copy of this code and to run it at your own script. Okay, so all of these are very interesting features of the Kaggle. Once I started using it, then I got the lot of solutions like linear regression. Uh, I can see many linear regression solutions here, and if you are looking for random forest, you can get the data set and you can get the notebook and the evaluated score as well. So what is the best way how to write the linear regression, and the most voted notebook, you can get this one to understand why the people are liking this content. He has completely built an application and tutorial for the machine learning beginners. What are the supervised, unsupervised, and what are the binary regressions? And you can see that here is the code. Here he has implemented linear regression. Similarly, if you want to know XGBoost, lots of problems and their solutions, and you have many things in the field of data science. Okay, I hope this webinar will be helpful, and this will create your first session for building a better career in the field of data science. Okay, let's move towards the question answer. uh, yes, AI launch team, uh, can we start the question answers and the pool we have planned? That's over from my side. If you
Yeah,
have some question, I think you can
there are a few
float
questions.
in the
There are a few questions. Yeah,
chat
there are a few
box.
questions.
I will reply here. Okay.
So,
So there are lots of questions.
yeah. So
This
Uzair,
programming framework usually the Kaggle. It's more about the Python language on the Kaggle. Okay, and we will ask a question, answer at the end. Yes, there are lots of books, lots of tutorials on the net. You can access through the YouTube, and you can, but you have to create your own path. You have to start your building the career through some specific steps in the field of data science. Okay, so focus on the books, but I would recommend you to keep considering the path you are selecting in the field of data science. It's not about the books, it's more about the steps you have been taking into the Kaggle. Okay, Ji, you can continue your questions in the chat if you have any. Yes, please.
so now we shared the form with the participants.
Can we get the
And,
video link for which video you are asking?
they're asking about the
Okay, if
video
you
of
are
the
an
current
grad
session.
student, it's not difficult. You can start learning the basics of Python, and even some people don't know what is Python, but they know the coding of JavaScript and C language. So you already know how to code in Python. So start a basic tutorial. Start learning the Python code, and then go into the basic techniques of machine learning, and then focus on the deep learning, and obviously move forward for reinforcement learning as well. But some people, as a data scientist, they start the career with data analyst, and they start visualizing the data to understand what are the columns, how to plot, how to understand the variations. So it's better to start with the data analysis and then move forward. Okay, maths, probability, and stats, although it is required, but at the level, at the beginners level, there is no such needs. But obviously once you dig into the research and into the advanced level, you will require a good knowledge of mathematics. Even the subjects for machine learning mathematics are available, and not necessarily to get more details in the statistics. Obviously, probability is the basic concept that is being used in NLP and many other computation problems. So focus on the problem and the solution that is available. It's not like to get into the detail of probabilistic and mathematic of and many others, but it's necessary you have some backgrounds. Yes, any question?
So I think we are on time as
I
well.
think
So
you can continue with the form which will be shared as a survey. How you get to know about, and what are the feedbacks. So do attempt, do share what what area is better for you, ML or DS. Okay, actually, the data science is the combination of machine learning, deep learning, and many others. So, do not disinterpret these into two terms. If you are a data scientist, obviously you need a good machine learning expertise as well as the deep learning. And here is the link where you can submit your reviews. Now, I would like to. Is data mining? Yes, data mining is important, and but most of the time the data scientists start working after collecting the data. Once the data has been collected through some data mining, information extraction experiments, the data science engineer or machine learning engineer start working on the data. They don't know the logics or the mechanism how the data is being collected. So somehow data mining concepts will help in this area. As undergraduate, okay, does cloud computing? Yes, somehow the cloud computing involves these factors. Like each cloud has their own AI platform. Similarly, like Kaggle, you can go to the IBM cloud and you can start running your notebooks there, and you can make machine learning and deep learning solutions. And obviously, the cloud is more supportive in terms of building APIs. For example, they have their own speech, voice, and they have their own NLP APIs like IBM Watson and many others. So cloud could be at the second level. Once you start understanding what is the data science, what are the machine learning, then obviously you have to deploy the solutions on the cloud as well. What about SQL, Hadoop, Tableau? Yes, SQL is again it's the backend process to how to deal with the data, how to extract the data. But it's data science is not related. It is more related about treating the data into their prediction and their algorithms in different way. Hadoop itself is a platform for building the clouds, and Hadoop obviously is a different scenario for handling the large data sets. But again, you will require some concepts of machine learning and deep learning to run on the Hadoop. And then the Tableau is again, it's a visualization tool. It's simply like there are the lots of visualization on Python as well. Okay, like EDA, IDA, exploratory and initial data analysis. There are many visualizations already available, and of course, some people use end user tool, that is the Tableau, Power BI. How will be participating in Kaggle competition help us in long run? That is not necessary. The competition will help, but if it is related to your field, if you are working with facial recognition, for example, your problem domain is facial recognition, and you are making some kind of thesis or solving some problem, so you have facial emotion detection, a data set, as well as their solution as well. So though the Kaggle competitions are, all competitions are might be not relevant with you, but some of them are very important for you. Poor math skill, yes, I don't think there is an issue. If you have poor math skill, you can start working in the data science. Uh, the bigger perspective in the machine learning is more into the deep learning side, neural networks, and specifically if we talk about unsupervised and reinforcement learning. The inventions are wide in the deep learning. Machine vision and NLP, yeah, that's also a good domain. Like GPT-3, they have claimed 10% human brain in NLP. So of course you have to you can move to NLP side, best scikit or TensorFlow. Though it's totally different scenario. The scikit-learn and the TensorFlow, these are the two different libraries. The TensorFlow is more towards the deep learning neural sites, and the scikit-learn is towards the machine learning. Okay, so once you cover the machine learning, then it has the subset of deep learning. Okay, what are the time limits? Okay, I think the session is over, and I will request you, all of you, to keep engage yourself on the Kaggle. Keep remember my profile. You can send your queries and text, send your messages there as well. Plus, we have the Facebook group, Kaggle, for the Kagglers in Pakistan, Kaggle community. Uh, you can find on the Facebook. Plus, we have the meetup group for Kagglers, Kaggle Days Pakistan. So keep joining these for further steps. Okay, the other people can also help you as well. Thank you, all of you. I would thanks AI Launch for arranging such a nice audience and the place. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, Adnan, for your very insightful presentation and webinar. I hope the audience have benefited from this lecture. And thank you, everyone, once again for joining.
Yes, AI,
So, okay.
AI Launch team.
Please.
Anything for closing, please?